is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is day 28 of Scraptember. Just a few more days left. What a wonderful, wonderful month we've had, right? Like, these prompts that the Scrappy Sisters came up with are phenomenal. So today's prompt is stitching. I do some stitching, yes, but not as much as maybe some. So I don't know, when you're doing a layout a day and a video a day for an entire month, an in-depth stitching project probably not going to happen. So I am using my Color Rush Studio U-Rock kit from this month, and it is getting to be the end of the month, and I'm running out of pattern paper because I love pattern paper. So I've been quite heavy on the pattern paper this month. So I am going to kind of make my own pattern paper with the tissue paper that comes in the kit. So I've taken a piece of white cardstock. I did trim it down because I am going to mat it on that pink geometric piece. And all I did was add some adhesive to the back, and then I do it like side to side first, and then that way it stretches completely, and then I'll fold the other side. And there is my pattern paper. So you can see I did get this paper because, like I said, I am getting low on paper, and I still want to use some more of this kit because you can see I do have a few embellishments left. So I love how this background turned out. Like, I will totally be doing this with other tissue papers for sure. So I have 2 photos of New Year's, and we had sparklers. So one has my husband and my daughter. The other one has my son and his girlfriend, and then our friend's daughter down there. And so initially I'm thinking, okay, I want to put these hexagons on the bottom, and I want to layer my photos on top. But when I do that, it doesn't leave very much area to do my stitching because I want to do basically like a starburst stitch. Very, very simple. So what I did was I went ahead and turned those hexagons on their side, and I am going to mat my photos in some black cardstock. And I'm actually going to stack them on top of each other instead of next to each other, like I had originally planned. I thought they would, they fit really nice next to each other, but it's not going to work. And that's okay because I still have the basic design in my brain. And so here you see I've actually glued them together, and I was like, no, that's not going to work. So, that part of my photo is still a tad bit sticky, but it's not bad. So here's where I decide, okay, I'm going to stack them on top of each other. And that is totally going to work. I'm like, oh, okay, yep, that's going to work. That little green piece up there, that was not going to work because it was going to show, and I didn't like that. So I'm like, okay, I like this. The bottom hexagon is not a full hexagon, and that does bother me, but it's not a big deal because I'm going to do a cluster there anyway. So what I decide to do is I take a pencil and I draw a little dot where I think is kind of the center of where my photos are going to be. And then I'm going to take my T-square ruler, and at first I thought this was how I was going to do it, but that doesn't work. You have to start in the center, and then holding it on that center piece. I guess if you had a protractor, you could do that as well. But I'm just going to kind of move it around so that I have kind of that half circle. And so those little dots are where I am going to take my little piercing tool, and I am just going to poke holes in those spots. So that is what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to take some yellow embroidery floss, and this is just the cheapy floss that you get at like Joann's or Walmart. Actually, I picked this one up. We were at Walmart and we were in the craft section, and this particular yellow was on sale for 25 cents. I was like, yep. I used all 6 strands. I didn't peel them apart, and then I just did that sunburst. So I love how that looks. I have done this in the past, and I did actually contemplate putting some sequins on it, but chose not to. Basically, probably because of time. So I've got my starburst going. Now I decide that I need this yellow to come to the left-hand side. So I'm going to grab this frazzle in the yellow. I'm going to place that along my photos, and this is where I'm going to work on that cluster down in the bottom left-hand corner that's going to cover up the fact that that hexagon is not a full hexagon. So I'm going to start with one of the chipboard frames. I am going to fussy cut out this floral from one of the tags from the cut apart sheet, and I'm going to put it right under there. I did have one acrylic piece left, the star, and so I kind of put that in the join, so it's almost like the rays are kind of coming out of that star. At least that's kind of what my brain was thinking. So I'm going to go through some bits and pieces. I pull out this super cute patch. I'm going to put that on top of the frame. I think I tried to do that with one of the die cuts for a previous layout. I just liked it layered on that, so that worked out good. I decided to use my last shaker star, and it was in purple. And so I decided to pull in, I had a tiniest little scrap of purple frazzle from a previous kit. I'm going to go ahead and put that up at the top. And I'm also going to use a couple of the purple fabric tabs. I think they're tabs. So I'm going to use the dark purple and the light purple down at the bottom, and then I'm going to put the light purple up at the top with that purple frazzle up there as well. And that really pulls in the fact that our friend's daughter has this purpley pink shirt on. And then I decided that I wanted to pop my starburst a little bit. And so I really liked the idea of the pink, but it was too wide. So I'm going to do this houndstooth black and white. So I'm just going to cut a few pieces. And originally I think that I am going to do 3. But I believe when I go, I do think I go off screen. And I put down I do 4 of them. So look at that. Oh, and I also sewed around that one hexagon. So I brought some of that stitching and that yellow thread over to the other side. So there is my layout. I hope you enjoyed this. I will have all the information for Color Rush Studio down below, as well as the playlist for Scraptember. And remember to wear your crown. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.